Fruity, 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 fruity.
Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy, and welcome back to another episode of Fruity Fruits, where I taste fruits that are fruity. Today, I'm going to have my first taste of this little tiny fruit, and this is a cucamelon, also known as a mouse melon or a Mexican sour gherkin. Look how tiny this is. It's so stinking cute. It looks like a miniature watermelon. I've tried another fruit that looks like a mini watermelon. I'll put the link down below to that video. It's called timbalo melon, but this is a different variety altogether. And this little cucamelon I actually grew myself. So my cucamelon journey started way back in April when I actually germinated these seeds. I purchased them from Fedco. I'll put a link down below in case you're curious to grow these next year. So a little segue here, I am trying to grow a giant pumpkin, not a competition size. I would just like one that weighs about as much as me. 100 pounds is my goal, and it has been quite the endeavor. If you want to see my daily trials and tribulations with the giant pumpkin, you should follow me on Instagram because I post regular updates about the pumpkin's growth in my stories. Okay, back to the other extreme, which is the miniature size. The scientific name for the cucamelon is Melethra scabra, and it actually is not a true melon. So these little diminutive fruits are native to Mexico and Central America, where they're known as sandita, or little watermelon. So this was my first time ever growing a mouse melon or a cucamelon, and they're pretty easy to grow. They're very drought tolerant, although they creep. I didn't build a trellis that was tall enough. Apparently they can go up to 9 or 10 feet. So once the plant gets going, it will bloom tiny little yellow flowers. Now this is a monoecious plant, which means it has both male and female flowers, and you need a pollinator to bring the pollen from a male flower to the female flower to fertilize it to produce a fruit. So there are a couple cool things about this plant. Number one, it's very drought tolerant. So if you're not able to water your plant regularly, or if you don't have access to plenty of water, your plant is going to be just fine. Number two, most cucurbits, which includes cucumbers, watermelons, and pumpkins, are susceptible to powdery leaf mold. But cucamelons or mouse melons are very resistant to that. So that is a great thing. That can decimate your entire crop, but this plant doesn't have that problem. So if you've had issues with that, try growing a cucamelon. Well, let me taste it first and see if it's worth growing. These are so stinking cute. They're only about 1 inch long and 1/2 inch wide. And for an idea of scale, this is a Lego minifigure. So here's the last little bit of the flower, and that's where it was attached to the stem. So super cute. Alrighty, let's cut the sandita open. Here we go. Cut this right in lengthwise. Look at that. See, it doesn't look like a watermelon at all. It's not pink, it's nice and green inside, lots of seeds. Alrighty, let's give this a taste. My first taste of a cucamelon. Here we go. Itadakimasu. Super big crunch. Did you hear that? So it tastes just like a cucumber, and the texture is just like the middle part of the cucumber. You know, the part that's full of seeds? It's kind of slightly mucilaginous, but you've got the crunch of all those seeds. That's what this is just like, except the exterior is also very crunchy as well. I'm gonna eat one whole. Here we go. Super fun. I enjoy eating them whole. You get this really nice crunch, and then you get the seeds that kind of flood your mouth. So there's not much flesh to the fruit. You've got this crunchy exterior filled with these kind of mucilaginous seeds that are slightly firm, but has the big flavor of cucumber. They're great. So they call these Mexican sour gherkins, but I didn't find these particularly sour at all. They're just like the seedy part of a cucumber. Exactly. with a big crunch on the outside. Alrighty, my lovelies, there you have it. The cucamelon, the mouse melon, the Mexican sour gherkin, the cutest little fruit you will grow in your garden. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! I carried the watermelon.